now that we can classify triangles, we want to start talking about some properties of triangles. And the most basic property of every triangle is how many total degrees there are in a triangle, and that is 180. This is called the triangle sum theorem, and you will end up using this in your proofs. So something that follows directly from this theorem, which is called a corollary statement. Okay, so our first corollary, the acute angles of a right triangle are complementary. So just knowing that there's 180 total degrees in a triangle, if I have a right triangle, this angle is taking up 90 of them, meaning these two angles that are left over, the two acute angles, are going to have to be complementary. They're going to have to add up to 90 degrees. So that's how corollaries work. It's something that flows logically from one theorem. So the next thing we're going to look at are these things called exterior angles. And these kind of come from our triangle sum theorem as well. So if I want to find out how many degrees this angle is, I know that I've got 80 and 50, that's 130. That leaves 50 degrees to be right here. So knowing that we have 50 degrees here, and seeing that we have a linear pair here, okay, that means this angle's going to have to be 130 degrees. Now that's the same thing that we had when we added these two angles up. Okay, and I could do the same thing with this angle. Okay, this is 80 degrees, so this angle is going to have to be 100 because of the linear pair. That's the same thing we get when we add these two angles up. So these exterior angles are always the sum of the opposite two. So let's just look at another example to kind of see how we get our exterior angles. So if I've got a triangle here and I want to make an exterior angle, all I'm going to do is extend one side. And now I've got an exterior angle here. Okay, or maybe I extend this side this way. Okay, now I've got this exterior angle. Okay, and the exterior angle theorem is what we just went over. It's an exterior angle, so these extensions, is always going to be equal to the sum of the two opposite angles. So what I could do here, I'll extend all my sides so we get just an overwhelming number of exterior angles here. Okay, so we've got all these exterior angles. Now if I label my interior angles as A, B, and C, this angle here, okay, this exterior angle is going to be A plus B. This one would also be A plus B. This one here is going to be A plus C. So would this one. This one here is touching angle A, so it's going to equal the sum of B and C, as with this one. Okay. Now this is not an exterior angle, this is just a vertical angle to A. So this would be A, here would be B, this would be C. Okay, so this is just another example. This one would be A plus B. So that saves us from having to use our triangle sum theorem and make two steps to get the measure of these exterior angles. Here's some examples of some problems that you'll be using these two theorems to get. So this first one, I've got this exterior angle, 4x minus 7. That's going to equal the sum of these two angles, x plus 110. And now I can solve for x. Subtract x over 3x minus 7 equals 110. Add the 7. 3x equals 117. Divide by 3, and I'm going to get x equals 39. This next one, I don't have any exterior angles, but I do have all three of my angles here. And I know that all three angles of a triangle should add up to be 180 degrees, because every triangle has a total of 180 degrees inside. So I can solve this. I get 2x plus x, that's 3x. Negative 5 plus 30 is 25. This equals 180. If I subtract the 25, I get 3x equals 155. Divide by the 3, and x is going to be 551 and 2/3 degrees. Okay, and that's how you're going to be using these theorems. So at this point you can complete the first one on classifying, and then the next two worksheets actually cover these two topics.